Thank you very much, Andreas. Mr. Noel Harrington, please.
Copenhagen Blue Room Winter Blues. On the bed in the blue room, on the bed in the blue room, as hymns to the silence float on the stove-warmed air. In supplication, you and I, in subtle, subtle supplication, turning fornication into wine, into wintered, stove-warmed, hymn-singing wine. Take me back to when I lay, surrounded by blue, by your arms, by your kiss, by your stove-warmed, wine-tingled skin, surrounded by your whispers, the bed springs chiming to the bass and drum, our pulses slowing to the bass, to the drum, and our movement slowing yet constant, insistent, a blues riff, a slide guitar, a harmonica blowing. Take me back to the whispering refrain. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. See my eyes as they close on the present that is past, looking to the future that is now or has passed. And what did I see? In the blue room, with the bass and drum, and the love made flesh in the stove-warmed air, amid the chill of a Copenhagen winter, with our lives unfettered and my senses pleasured. What did I see? Was it me? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Noel. Now we have Mr. Tom McCarthy.
Anyway, I had 3 poems in my pocket, and it's on. Well, it's strange that this one should wind up because 2 disappears on the line. Or once it's not accepted. This actually is called Fracas.
There's 4 bouncers in the hall, Tom. Friends of yours.
And of course, it's got to do with what happened last time around, but it's in a good humour, like, you know. Poetry is poetry, performance is performance, and we do our best to keep things happy. Practice. Has it gone to that stage when you have to defend your performance physically? Then again, with the times we live in by, nothing surprises me. You might have thought me laxed with my response to his response. But what the heck, boy? I had to gain with retaliation. Earlier in the night, you might have heard him talk of heckling. Well, I heckled him, boy. I did, boy. Maybe my words were a bit strong about his shitcock accent and his pot belly. But then again, boy, what he portrayed himself to be, I really was. I was, boy. Maybe for his next performance, the organisers might confine the audience to a more gentle kind of people. In addition, hand out safety leaflets about heckling. No heckling, boy. No heckling whatsoever, boy. And it's a must that Tom McCarthy from Vanity should be refused entry. Thank you.
Thank you. Since it's this time of the year, I read a poem called Lily City. You put your new war horse through his paces, led him around the little garden in Ballyfermot, petrol throbbing in his heart, 1 foot dancing in the stirrup, swung the other behind the saddle, and I jumped up behind. We roared with triumph as you turned the key, and the beast farted into life. But when we reached the 7th lock, near English's pub, I fell. Standing on the bridge, I waved you off. I learned early that sometimes men have better things to do. Instead, I tried to play noughts and crosses with brachiopods and crinos fossilized in the limestone. Below me, I could hear a whispering as seductive as one of your fairy tales, and followed it down the bank. Hart's tongue gossip would rend valerian, elude in the walls. Mother of thousands dipped her fronds all the way down to the water and hummed. An old washing song, green from granite, brought all the way from Dalkey. Tramped through horsetails of grass and reeds, left my sandals to rest with glyceria and rue. Stopped to touch a toadflax, the flower of desolate places. Freed myself in the watery mirror, Narcissus was only the halfpenny place. A mallard and a chick swam by and clucked. A yellow lily shook her head, disdainful of such vanities, poked my image with a stick into shards of mica. Splayed my wet fingers and saw a wagtail playing with the turnstone, greeted him like a friend. Born in an eggshell, christened in a handcart, he hopped up and settled his feathers on my hand. I could hear the engine in the distance before you stopped and scrambled down the bank, calling out my name. Tessie, my heart, me chicken. In your amber eyes were trapped small specks of anger and pain. Your fingers shook as you plucked a lollipop of pink clover from my mouth. Through the fabric of my summer dress, I could feel the welts on your shoemaker's hands before you swung me into the air. I was a fuchsia, held on a grateful stem. I think I lost my fear of death that day, and never could accept the concept of hell. My childish wisdom knew it for what it was, just a shadow projected from the darkest part of the self. I have faltered and fallen many times since, but believe when my walking and gathering are done, you will halt at the corner where Kilmainham meets Inchicore, come galloping back to find me.
Thank you very much, Terry. Sheila O'Donnell.
Charlotte Quay are the houses that are across the river there. My father lived there. It was a humid May morning in 1984 when the row of red brick houses which overlooked the Abbey River were demolished. As my father stood before the threshold at number 27 Charlotte Quay, where polished brass once gleamed on the red-painted door, his memory roamed around the house. He remembered the parlour, walls which once flaunted a rose-patterned wallpaper, where his Auntie Kitty worked contentedly on her Limerick lace, and the walnut sideboard with the beveled mirror and matching oval table that she waxed and polished, and the warmth of the kitchen range where she baked and cooked his favourite meals. As he rummaged through the rubble of plaster, limestone and red brick, he salvaged the cast iron window grille that framed the front window and bid farewell to the walls that cushioned him all of his Bible days. Thank you very much.